My thoughts today actually have nothing to do with very specific workout and nutritional advice, but rather the habits behind them. Because at the end of the day, if you have not mastered your habits and the psychology behind why you make decisions, any workout or meal plan that I throw at you is going to be a band-aid solution. So what I want you to think about today is an analogy that has helped me a lot to lose 70 pounds, keep it off, but do it in a way that feels sustainable. Imagine that you are standing in the middle of a field that is really dark and foggy. You have a headlamp on, all you can see is one, maybe two steps ahead of you. Now, the crazy thing is that as you take a step, one step ahead, two steps ahead, you're able to see the next one or two steps ahead of you. And that's it, right? Now, in habit building, a lot of people start building a habit or making a change in their life thinking that they have to understand and know everything that is involved or required at steps 9 and 10 down the line. When in reality, you're not going to. And you're not going to know that until you get to steps 9 and 10 and have the added benefit of the experience that you gained from steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. So wherever you're at in your journey of weight loss or building habits, I want you to think about, okay, I don't have to know what it takes at steps 9 and 10. And so like in a weight loss context, people will think, oh, I have to, perfectly meal prep. I have to have my workouts totally dialed in. I have to, never eat out. I have to say no to social events. I have to have perfect portion sizes and weigh everything out on a food scale. And it's like, okay, you really don't. And depending on your goal, you might never have to do some of those things in order to accomplish your goal. And so if you are sitting there paralyzed at step 1 because you can't see what it's like at step 9 and 10, and you're afraid of, I don't know if I know what it takes to be there. You don't. At the end of the day, you really have no idea what it takes at step 9 and 10, and you won't until you've gone through steps 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So really, really practical example of this. Again, with weight loss, a lot of people will pause and think, okay, I'm going to go and wait until the perfect scenario when I can go and pump out my workout. I can go to the gym 5 to 6 times a week for an hour. I can meal prep, dice up chicken and put it in a little Tupperware container with a bunch of veggies. And they think that's what health actually looks like, when in reality, improving your health looks way more like what is the next step that you can take that will improve your awareness, put you on the right direction. So for most of my clients that I work with, that next step would honestly be tracking your food accurately and consistently. Because as a coach, I cannot give my clients actual feedback that's tailored to them if their logs are incomplete or inaccurate, right? So for a lot of my clients, I'm going to spend a lot of time hammering this idea of how do we get consistent and accurate with logging so that we can build the right awareness around what you're eating, and therefore so I can give you the best kind of feedback. So a lot of my feedback for clients is not even going to be about their actual meals yet until they've built that habit, until they've gone through steps 1 and 2 of logging accuracy. Then we'll work on stuff like your awareness of what your fullness is during a meal, right? So eating slower, pausing during the meal, actually acknowledging what your fullness is in your body, right? A lot of people will jump immediately to stuff like calorie counting, and that just is not going to help you. If you are not aware of what your fullness level in your body feels like as you're eating, it's going to be like trying to jump to step 7 or 8 when you have not gone through steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The cool thing about that is that as you take action, if you break down these habits into those small, tiny, almost insignificant, like they seem almost insignificant actions, you move forward, you reinforce to yourself that you are someone who takes action. And in so doing, you have the added benefit of experience as you move forward. So think about it. If you're at step 5, 6, and 7, you now not only can see a few steps ahead of you from there, you also have the added benefit of the experience you gained from steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're following, amazing. So one very practical way that I would invite you to shift this is, as you're setting goals, and a lot of people with weight loss goals will think, oh, I need to eat better. I need to work out more. I need to blah, 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 whatever, right? Insert your goals there. The problem with all of those goals is that they are not actionable. They are goals that just kind of assume step 10, step 11 down the road. When in reality, if you set a goal that just says, I'm going to eat better this week, I'm going to watch my portions this week, whatever, you're not going to accomplish it, to be completely frank, because you have to break that goal down into the component actions that lead up to it. So a very simple way of doing this is when you are discussing a goal or thinking a goal, writing a goal down, which is what you should be doing, add the word by to the end of the goal. So for example, I'm going to watch my portion sizes this week by blank. And that's when you insert an action item that allows you to watch your portion sizes. So in that case, for example, I'm going to watch my portion sizes by eating slower, by setting my fork down in between bites so that I can become more aware of my fullness in between, not just pound through food as like in Ratatouille. You're not just horking it down, right? If you think, I'm going to eat cleaner. Okay, cool. I'm going to eat cleaner by understanding what a well-balanced plate looks like. And you can go look up, there's a lot of examples of like visual cues of, you want to shoot for 1 to 2 palm-sized portions of protein, one to 2 fists of veggies, a cupped hand of carbs. Like, okay, you have these plate structures. How can you fit what you're eating into a more structured, intentional plate like that? Cool. You can even break that down into a more specific component behavior. But if you do that to your goals, you then break down this big, scary, audacious goal that you're not going to be able to act on into steps 1, 2, 3, 4 ahead of you, which are way easier to see in this fog that you are in, which is building habits. Hopefully that helps. If you need help with those kind of habit building actions, if you do not know how to break down your goals into actual behaviors, click the link below. I have an application open for 7 free days of coaching right now, just because my one-on-one coaching has changed my life and the lives of dozens of other men to help them get in shape and build their habits in a way they feel confident they can stick with forever. So if you are on the fence about getting help and support in your health journey, I'm offering you free 7 days to work with me as if you were a full paying client, just so you can see what it's like, see how it works for you. If it's a fit for you, amazing. We keep going. At the very least, you will have had 7 days to move forward in your goals. So click the link down below to apply for 7 days free of one-on-one coaching with me. I will help you break down those habits into component behaviors and help get you in the right direction.